Welcome to the deep dive. Imagine trying to thread a needle from the top row of a football stadium, right?
Okay.
During a blizzard, using a remote control.
Yeah, that sounds pretty much impossible.
I mean, that is essentially what modern broadcast cameras are tasked with doing. Okay, let's unpack this. Today, our mission is exploring a spec sheet from HDTVSupply,
Right.
specifically for the Bolin Technology EXU248N 8X Ultra A PTZ camera, which rings in at just under $11,000, by the way.
It's a serious piece of gear.
It really is. We want to know exactly what justifies that kind of price tag and, how this rig is actually revolutionizing outdoor live production for you.
Well, to understand that price point, we really have to look at the physical build first.
Yeah.
And the optics.
Right.
Like inside this unit, you have a Sony 1-inch 4K CMOS sensor.
Oh, wow. That's big.
Yeah, and that's paired with a Zeiss Varioson RT lens that boasts a massive 48x zoom.
So it's basically a broadcasting sniper rifle.
That is a great way to put it, yeah.
Because you've got the light gathering capability of that 1-inch sensor to see the action and the zoom to perfectly frame a quarterback's shoelaces from the cheap seats.
Exactly.
But, I mean, a 48x zoom is entirely useless if the lens fogs up or if the motors freeze during a December broadcast in Green Bay. How does the chassis actually protect those optics?
That is where the IP67 weatherproof rating comes in. It's built to handle extreme operating temperatures. We're talking from negative 40 degrees all the way up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit.
That is a massive range.
It is. And if it drops below 5 degrees, the camera actually engages an automatic preheating function to keep the internal mechanisms moving smoothly.
Wait, looking at the specs, it explicitly warns against using standard PoE-like power over Ethernet when those heaters kick in. Why is that?
Well, it's basically a physics problem. Standard Ethernet cables just aren't physically designed to handle the massive wattage spikes,
But like when a mechanical heater pulls power to melt ice at negative 40?
Exactly. If you try to run that over PoE, you risk severe voltage drops, or worse, literally melting the cable. You need a highly stable, dedicated power draw.
Yikes. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Because surviving a blizzard is just half the battle, right?
Right.
A camera today needs serious computational brains to handle modern broadcast workflows.
Exactly. And that brings us to the integrated Freed protocol.
Which is what, exactly?
So Freed constantly outputs the camera's exact positional data: pan, tilt, zoom, and focus.
Oh, okay.
This provides the spatial awareness needed to intelligently automate complex camera operations, specifically for virtual reality and augmented reality live video productions.
Wait, I'm a bit confused. If the camera is like physically panning to follow a player on the field, how does the digital graphics engine know exactly where the camera is pointing in real time?
Like without drifting or lagging?
Yeah, I mean, the math there must be incredibly heavy to keep everything synced.
Oh, the math is incredibly heavy, which is exactly why Freed is so vital. It's feeding ultra-low latency coordinate data directly into 3D broadcast engines.
Like Unreal Engine.
Yes, exactly. So if you have a physical sports anchor at a desk, the software maps the physical coordinates from the camera's mechanical movements directly into the 3D space.
And it instantly overlays a digital environment around them that moves flawlessly in sync, frame by frame.
You got it.
Okay, so you have this intense tracking data and heavy 4K video all happening at once. How does this camera deliver that footage back to the production truck without totally crashing the network?
Well, what's fascinating here is a feature Bolin calls true tri-output. It really addresses the absolute painful convergence of legacy broadcasting and modern IT infrastructure.
Because it outputs to multiple formats.
Yeah, this camera can simultaneously output video over SDI, HDMI, and modern IP networks like NDI 6.
And the crucial detail for you, the listener, is that these aren't just mirrored feeds, right? They can be set to independent formats.
Right.
So you could send a 4K 30 feed over the IP network while simultaneously sending a 1080p 60 feed over SDI to your legacy hardware.
Precisely. I mean, this ultimate flexibility means one single camera is essentially doing the routing work of 3.
That's huge.
It is. You aren't cluttering up your signal chain with external splitters or format converters. It massively streamlines the entire live production workflow.
So what does this all mean? The Bolin EXU248N isn't just a tough camera, it's an ultra-durable, VR-ready powerhouse.
Bridging the gap between rugged outdoor broadcasting and high-end digital environments.
Yeah.
It really proves that the physical and digital broadcast worlds are no longer separate. They're fully integrated into a single, weatherproof chassis.
Which leaves us with a pretty wild thought for you to mull over.
Oh, definitely.
As automated, Freed-enabled cameras seamlessly integrate with AR and VR environments, will the traditional human camera operator eventually disappear entirely?
It's a real possibility.
Or, will they just evolve into a software director sitting comfortably behind a screen pulling a digital trigger?